I finally made my way through these Avatar Kyoshi books, which I believe is only just these two books. Now, I know so far it's only these two books, but I think these were all that they were putting out, which is interesting to me because I think when they announced this series of books, it was going to be a whole series of multiple books, but it's not, which I found unfortunate because Avatar Kyoshi is one of the most interesting avatars. She's the most we know of about from the original series. We know her that she ended up killing someone in the Earth Kingdom, right? We know that backstory from a few episodes of Avatar. We know that she lived hundreds of years, which is a little like she lived longer than most of the other avatars. So there's a lot of backstory there and a lot of lore, and yeah, she was adapted into books. What I find unfortunate about these Avatar books like this, I like the idea of characters like this from the books being adapted, or from the series being adapted into books. It's kind of like, why don't we get more Avatar content though, in terms of like actual content? But now we have the creation of Avatar Studios, which is a studio created by the creators of Avatar, where they're going to be developing more shorts and movies for Paramount Plus, of course, including theatrical films, which I found interesting. But there is the kind of little irritation of there not being these stories that are in books being adapted into TV shows and movies like they probably should. Because I read these books, and they're fantastic. They're incredible. Now, this is the box set version, which I'm going to show you this box set here. So this is the box set. It's got the art of both books on it. Now, this box is very hard. You know, it's got a nice feel to it. You know, shouldn't tear too easy. Pretty sturdy box. Protects your books very well. Comes with this, it says, the Avatar, no, I just dropped the book, Avatar Kyoshi, novels, exclusive cutscene with author commentary inside. So basically, like, you know, a few cut pages from the books that, and then the authors talk about probably why it was cut. So there's that. So it's not something you get with the standard edition of these books, which I would say this box set's more for the collector than the actual person who tries to actually read these books, because these books are a pain in the ass to get out of this set here. Let me show you. So I'm going to slide them in here. Okay, I'm sliding them in. Now they're in there. Now watch. Like, I really have to work hard. Like, it's a very tight fit, which I think a lot of that has to do to the fact that I have a box set of books like this, and they're wider usually. They're not this thin. Like, this is a very thin, and then you have this little booklet here, which I appreciate as a fan and collector of books and this, you know, series, but it's really difficult to get out, and I don't like this, but, you know, it's what you can do. Now this box is going at a price of $32, which each book, if I'm not mistaken, was about $15 to $13. So, you know, you're paying around $30. So $32 for a box set is not that bad. It's not that overpriced. I think it's fairly priced for the comparison to buying the book separately. It might be a little bit cheaper, but if you want, again, this extra deleted chapter with commentary from the creators of these books, there you go. But these books are fantastic. You know, they add so much lore to this franchise. There's a character who there's kind of interesting ideas that they explore that you probably would never explore otherwise. These books get very dark. There's a lot of death, which not to say Avatar: The Last Airbender didn't have those, or Korra didn't have those, but there's a ton of it, and I think that's why these can only be books, because at the end of the day, Avatar is a kids franchise. Yeah, adults appreciate it more than kids, but it's always been a kids thing. It was on a kids network, you know. So when you have that, it does mean that you aren't going to be able to do all the things that you want to do. And creative freedoms, which, you know, it comes at a price. It's okay not to have that, right? But this book series is able to be a lot darker in tone, explore interesting ideas. Like, one of the ideas in this book, so I'm not going to spoil this too much, so this is a mild spoiler, so if you want to know nothing about these books, go on blind, click off now. We have the story of what if this kid was predicted to be the Avatar and wasn't the Avatar? What would that do to his psyche and his mind? What would happen, right? And then there's some plot lines with that. There's some interesting stuff that's never been explored in this franchise. It's very well written, very well detailed, and you should definitely read these books. They're incredible books. I don't really want to say too much more about them, but that's all I gotta say is these books are some of the greatest Avatar books ever written. They're some of the greatest parts of this franchise, I think, out there besides the original series. I don't think the Avatar comics ever reached as good as the series did, but these books do. I think they're fantastic. They're excellent reads. Go read them now. Just go. Don't sleep on these books. They're fantastic. Yeah, I don't know, but the box set, it's all up to you. What kind of person you are. Do you want to know if this is worth getting for a collector or someone who's actually going to read these books? If you're actually going to read these books, I recommend the solo editions of these. But let me know your thoughts, like, and subscribe. See you guys next time.